everyone, this is your instructor Joy. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry if I'm not answering your questions as quickly as you hope for. I hope you can be a little patient with me. I really hope so. I'll do my best to answer all your questions. Thank you for watching, and I hope you keep being encouraged to send me your questions. So this was a subscriber's request. Great is that faithfulness, the key of D flat major. Here we will be using third positions. You can stay in the first position, but I want to use this specific piece to show you that you can play the third position. That way you can use your nice fingers for better sounding vibrato. So let's first review the scale, which is D flat major, 1 octave scale. So you want to first find a D flat note on G string. First play open D, and then see if you can find same note D by using 4th finger on G string, and compare, see if it's same open D and D on G string. Then from there you go half step down, which is about a finger space down. There you have a D flat. So this D flat, D flat, E flat, now we're going to go to the third position by shifting the first finger to the third position. Make sure here you have to shift your whole hand, not just a finger, and with a light finger tip so you can slide better. G flat, A flat, B flat, C, D flat. So now here you're wondering, why do we have to use third position, or how do we know when to use third position? There's no rule per se. When it comes to picking what kind of position or what kind of finger, what kind of bowing, whatever it is, we choose so that we sound better, or so that we can use the best sounding, most beautiful sounding that we want to do, which is in our head. I decide to use a certain third position here so that I can secure those long sustaining, very audible notes to make it sound as beautiful as possible. For example, here, I go here, third position, so that I can secure this long note with a second finger vibrato instead of in the first position. Sometimes we have no choice, we have to just use a weak finger to vibrate, but if we can avoid it, I prefer to pick the stronger or more secure finger. When it comes to shifting, you want to make sure that you shift in one of those less important part of music. Less important part of music is often the end of the bar, the end of the measure, not the first note of each measure. First note of each measure happen to be, or almost always, treated as a most important one, and it's also very audible too. Whenever you shift because you're moving your whole hand, you risk we risk a bit of intonation. We practice so that we make sure that's in tune, but the risk is nevertheless there. So I tell my students to shift in those parts that's less important and less audible. So that's why I shifted right before the long important notes like this. Then I'm already there and I can secure this note. Yeah. And later similar thing happens and I do similar way. Now here I go to the third position to secure that one. Same idea. Now it is good idea for all the violinists to know, to train your hand to know the distance from first to the third. The third position can be easily guided as using your grip of the violin. So sometimes, depending on the size of the hand, but sometimes your wrist, this part of your hand, touches the grips of the violin slightly. Even though that's not always the case, I don't. I happen to have a smaller hand, so I don't touch it. But I kind of know where the grips of the violin is, so I kind of gauge that one. Yeah, that would be good study for you tomorrow. So before I play through, let me do one more important finger. So here near the end, sorry. Here, if I stayed in the third position, I have to do on G string, fourth finger. First finger on D, and G string again, third finger. I get to vibrate with a nice finger, but I have to do a lot of string crossings. I have two options that I could do. Either I go down to the first position, make it easier, but then I have to do with the pinky vibrato, which is not the best in my opinion. Or in this case, I stretch my first finger a little down. Yeah, still stay in the third position. It's not a shifting by moving whole hand. Just bring your index finger down like this. Yeah. Now here, first finger and bring back up. Then second finger on G string again. Down, slide on. Second finger right next to first finger, but on G string. Then you can either do or shift it again, whichever you prefer. Yeah. So that's something that you might want to try. Yeah. So I'll play from beginning to the end, and I hope you get to play this one. Thank you for watching, and please remember to subscribe and share my videos. Hope to see you again. Bye bye.